Did you hear what Eddie Gein done? It is a book published by Albatross Funny Books. This is publisher owned by Eric Powell, who is the guy who created the Goon, and he published the Goon on Dark Horse for a lot of years, but at some point he resurrected this publisher, so he got all of his rights to this publisher. I lost my train of thought there. Well, this is the premise on the back of the book. The book comes with dust jacket. It is the same as what's on the hardcover itself. This is the premise. You can read it, but basically Eddie Gein was a real life person, and he was the inspiration for the character on Psycho, the movie by Hitchcock, and the book. And the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, Leatherface character, Silence of the Lambs, Buffalo Bill, etc. etc. So, what's this book? It is a book written by Harold Schechter, I think it is pronounced. He's an American novelist. He's specialized on true crime, and he has a PhD on American literature. But his area is like true crime, non-fiction. And he decided, for some reason, to make this comic with Eric Powell. Now, Eric Powell and drawing style suits great this kind of American Gothic genre style. He draws ugly people, so that's great. The book, the comic, it's divided on 11 chapters, and it starts with an interview, basically. It starts with Psycho times. Hitchcock is doing an interview. This is real. He's talking about this guy who killed like 3 women, and he said that he watched Psycho before killing the 3rd one. So Hitchcock asks what other movies he watched before the other ones, because this person was sick before watching the movie. It's not a consequence of the movie. But that's not the main idea of the chapter, the introductory chapter, before reading this. And after that, and I think the first half of the book, it works really well as a comic. It's basically like a dramatization of Eddie Gein's life since he was a kid and then growing up. And we got to understand him, or like his bringing up, but upbringing. And it is basically a comic, image, some dialogues, tells the story, but from time to time we have this like information dump, and you can see here that's not really that annoying, because it's not like a lot. Like here again, and basically the book at first, like I said, is that like a dramatization of events. And some of them are speculated, and some of them are facts, known facts, and they are on the back. They tell you like just the facts. So the the main idea with the book was just telling what it is known, what is true, and shown what is true. And they invent some stuff here and there, and they tell you like examples and on what pages they do that. So again, we have grotesque sometimes scenes and really comic-like ways of telling. But at some point, this changes and it gets to, for example, we have here really comic-like. There's no even dialogue. But at some point we got this. A lot of info. And here the book starts to turn into a documentary instead of a comic, or a good comic, for me. And that's my main grip with the book, is these two styles battling each other and never getting in sync for me. The book is interesting. You get a lot of info out of it in an entertaining way. But as a comic, from start to finish, it gets illustrated and gets a little it falls out in the end because of this a change in the storytelling style. You get tired of it, I think. I mean, what keeps you reading is learning about the subject, but not the comic itself, because it turns into this, a lot of data being dumped. I don't know why they do this, but it is pretty common when a writer, a novelist, starts doing comics, especially with the first one. And this, I can tell, it is the first comic that this novelist does because of that aspect. Well, Eric Powell drawings, I like them, are good. He doesn't really do that much of backgrounds. And that's it, basically. So, what aspects did I like? Well, there are a lot of them that are interesting. The story is not really told in a linear way all the time, and it has some aspects of transsexuality applied to Ed Gein's behavior. Some theories arise. Some stuff I didn't was aware of, so that was cool. At first, they talk a lot about his mother, his father, how that could have affected him. And talk about his relationship with fiction, his fictions with what the Nazis did. Also, like, talk about a lot of comics, adventure comics, and like pre-Columbian cultures. Man, anyhow, Well, the other important aspect of it is this is called "Did you hear what Eddie Gein done?" So when he gets captured, there's a lot of this people talking, and we got here image drawings about some stuff, and this stuff it's facts, and when people start talking rumors, we don't get drawings about what they are telling. And I think that's a very good compromise with the motivations or they have with the book. They don't want to, here are some grotesque aspects, stories, images that are not drawn because they are rumors. They don't really happen. And I think this is an important page. It's a boring page from a comic book point of view. It is an important page from what they wanted to do in the book. Sure, there are some grotesque image in here, but they are things that were real and they did happen. Not this rumor crap. These are took out from papers from the time, I think. But sure, that's again the intention. We have here some interviews with Eddie Gein. It is a well-researched book, it seems. I would have for it to have a bibliography, references book. But it doesn't have. It have here these notes of what was real and 2 interviews when and the writer and some people interviews he did with George Arndt, Dr. George Arndt, and also with Irene Hill. But it was weird, it doesn't have references. It could have. But sure, if you read this and you're interested, go for it because it is worth it. But just as a comic, I think the main grip I have with the book is that the rhythm falls out at some point because it gets it transforms in a documentary more than an information dump instead of good narrated story in a comic book way. And that's my main grip with it. The main, if you are trying to read a story told in a comic, in the comic medium, it does not do the job in a perfect way, and you can get tired of it. But if you are interested in the subject matter, it will not really matter that much to you, and you will be able to finish. Sure, and now and maybe a reflection of it for me is for me the book was the message of it was watch out for your neighbors, for your sons, for your family. You don't know if some of them are trouble and can get to turn out to be in their adulthood Eddie Gein. It's not in a way of you have to worry about that. You have to worry to get them help before they can end up like that. That's what I got from it, at least. And that's it. And did you hear what Eddie Gein done? I did. Now I did, and I'm telling you, it's a good true crime book, comic book.